What's going on, everybody? So today I want to do just a quick video here, based on the feedback and comments in the Facebook page. And I figured I'd start with something simple, which is basically just how to remove an unwanted application from the App Store or program from the internet or CD or USB flash drive, something like that. So on Windows 10, if you have the latest updates as of today's date, June 14th, it'll work exactly as I have it here. So if you have some sort of malware program, or it could be any program that you just don't want anymore, pre-installed bloatware, something along the lines of this, easiest way is to go to the settings, and there's multiple ways to get to the settings. We can right click on the start button and we have it here. I like to use keyboard shortcuts, which is Windows key. Holding that down, press the letter I one time. I is in indigo, and that'll just bring you right to the settings, and we have apps right here. We can uninstall and do a few other things. So if we just click on that, you'll see the entire apps list, which is everything you have installed on your computer, and it goes all the way down. However much you have, everybody's going to have a little different here. But I do want to show you something way down here at the bottom. Programs and features, which is the older, probably more familiar control panel version of this, which is most people probably familiar with this. And you can click on it and then uninstall here if you're more familiar with it that way. But it should have everything on this. The difference between the two is programs and features, I believe, just shows you programs that you've installed, no applications from the App Store. Whereas in the settings, you get both Windows apps such as the weather app and things like that, and the programs, so you can do both from there. And I do want to show you one cool little thing that I kind of found out just kind of playing around. Let me find a good example here. Google Chrome. So if I click on it, I can go to, oh no, that's a bad example. Where's Skype? Skype has it, so not everything's going to have this. Which one? Yes, so if you see advanced options on any one of these things, you can click on this, and this is unique to Windows 10. You have app permissions, similar to how Android allows you to toggle off certain permissions for privacy settings. But if we scroll down a little bit, we've got these three buttons here, which are, I've just figured this out myself personally, but this is really cool. You can force it down, so if it's frozen, you can come into the settings, hit apps, find the program, and hit this terminate button, and it's very similar to going into the task manager and ending a task. But the difference is you're forcing down all processes as well, so that's a way to kind of force it down. Reset, so this is pretty cool. If a program or an app isn't working properly, you can hit this reset button, and it will uninstall and reinstall the app or program and revert it back to default settings. So that's pretty cool. It's just kind of an automatic thing. You can just hit this reset button and it does the whole thing for you. So uninstalls, reinstalls it, and then reverts all the settings back to the defaults. And then you can of course simply just uninstall it from here, but you don't have to go to the advanced settings to uninstall. You can just click on something and then just hit uninstall. And the last thing I wanted to touch on, that's pretty much it. You just kind of scour this list. You can, if I go back to the top here, just kind of search for something specifically. So I could have just put in Skype and it would have popped right up there. But if we go down to the bottom, I do want to just mention this really quickly since we're talking about programs and apps. And I've seen a lot of people need to change this and not know how to do it where I work. And it's the default apps, default settings, default programs. which is right here on the left. It'll take you right to it's right below it. But you can choose which app or which program you have installed on your computer automatically opens specific types of files. For example, pictures. So I'm using the default pre-installed Windows 10 Photos application to open up photos. So if I just double click on a photo, it's going to launch that photo in this app. And there's many programs that you could use for this. For example, the video player. The default video player is Windows Media Player, or it might even be some sort of default app from the App Store that I can't think of the name. But the video player I use is VLC, so when I double click on a video file, it's going to open VLC. Same thing here for my web browser. Instead of me double clicking on a link to a website, it opening in Edge, I set the default browser to Chrome, and then when I double click on something that takes me to a website, it opens in a Chrome window instead of an Edge window. And you can do that for maps, music, pictures, videos, and browsers, so that's extremely useful. So I'll just give you an example here. If we right click on the background anywhere, we can go to New, Shortcut, and this is just an example. I'm going to type in a location here, just something basic, Google, and we'll call it Google. And now we have a link to Google, and you can see the default icon here is for the Chrome browser. So when I double click on that, it's going to open it in Chrome because I have Chrome set as my default browser. If I were to change this to, let's say, Edge, see how the icon's different now? It's still a link to a website, and you can see it over there too. I double click on it, it opens in Edge. And we can do this for any browser, and it works for any file that we want. And why is the zoom so low here? Let's fix that. That's better. No, thank you. I don't want to import anything. But that's all personal preference. You can put that however you like. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, video topics, anything you want me to cover for you, explain, go into detail with, I will definitely make a video for it. I've got lots of ideas for videos right now, but your help in any topics for something that may help you or somebody you know would be even better. So if you learned something new, found it interesting, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Share the video with anybody you might think this would benefit. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.